here on Twitch. Unless you're watching it on the second channel. Then it ain't live on Twitch, sucker. Let's get the music going. I got the server screen up. We're actually going to go single player. Going to go into a backup of the world. Very important that. I've done my preparations. I've done my investigations. In the last stream, we discussed the possibility of beginning to consider forming a committee to make a decision about potentially making a farm. Decana Heaven, thank you for the bananas. Blooming, Winnie T Ford, Ender Void, Wolf, Digital Chaos, letting me know that we're live. Much appreciated. Yeah, so I've done my due diligence, I've done my research, and I'm pretty sure the place that we want to build a farm is a warm ocean because it will cover all bases. We should be able to get a drowned spawn there, and that can potentially be a drowned riding a zombie Nautilus. Let's give myself night vision. Let's change the game rule, which also has had its name changed. Advanced time false. Time set. Let's make it day. I feel like you'll use this farm at daytime a lot. If you're wondering why there's so many parched here, it's because carpet has a bug. Doesn't it? Wait. Set it to true. There you go. So using that, for some reason, spawns a bunch of parched. Kind of annoying. I also need to use mini HUD. And luckily I got my iPad with me, so we can use it. Oh, apparently it was already on. Alright. No, was it? No, it wasn't on. Why did it say it was off? Very odd. Not going to mess with light levels right now. I'm pretty sure I had one for biome. I do, yeah. Oh, it just tells you the name of it. There's like a 3D biome one that I thought might be worth a look at. Renders, search for biome. Welcome to all the peeps tuning in. Hope you're in the mood for some engineering. And you know what? The other one at the same time is a good, helpful thing. So we're going to build our farm in the warm ocean. The rendering... Well, I've got it on my screen. The rendering changes when we go down. Actually, we can still see it. So in theory, if this is a warm ocean here, you know, I can build the farm down to around here where there's lush caves. All of this is warm ocean. Very interesting. So we can go low down in the world to try and get better rates. This here is a river, okay. Then desert over there. Peculiar how this thing renders. Now, it could be smart for us to pick out a spot that's, like, close to land, like this here. That might make lighter work of this whole thing. This feels like a good spot. And it comes down to about here-ish. So if I go back up, I think I'll put a marker about here. That might be the corner of our farm, basically. You're one of the people who voted they wouldn't watch a creative stream, but I'm still here. You're one of the 2 people. You're the other one. That's who you are. You're the other one. What's the best way to transport a Coral Nautilus 4,000 blocks? You know, I thought about this, right? Ted Ricky, it's a great question. And I realized that the novelty of getting the Chorus Nautilus means I don't need to solve that right now. That's how I feel about it. I feel like, yeah, it's a problem for future Xisuma. Because it's going to be painful whatever way you do it, right? I reckon I'll try and make a bit of an event of it, like invite some hermits to get some happy ghasts, or put them... Oh, even that actually is kind of tricky. But you know what I mean? It's like, maybe we'll swim through the water and have a load on leads. It'll be a novel event. We will get lots of them. And then worry about the consequences, right? So, yeah, I don't know how big I want to make this farm. And there's a couple of different approaches after this point. One would be to AFK in the sky or AFK down below. And I don't think either matter that much. I mean, let's think about this. Drowned probably contributes to the regular mob cap. Does carpet do an overlay to tell you about the mob cap? I think there's a mod that, like, I see people who use carpet use. They often have this like mob cap info in the tab screen. There could be something here that represents that, and I could have just gone straight over it. Does water breathing potions work on them? Good question. You'll have to test it. Like I said, problem for future Xisuma. Lag-free spawning. Don't know what list does. I haven't seen anything that feels like it's even related to this idea of having a mob count somewhere. Right, in which case, never mind. If anyone knows, let me know in the chat. Okay, so how big do we make this farm? Is there a chunk here we can align it to? Oh, there is actually. Chunk alignment probably isn't a necessity here, because you're just going to load the whole area anyway, so forget that. Is there a tea today that needs drinking? There is, yeah. Just giving it a couple more minutes here. Let's go ahead and... I reckon like 15 by 15 is probably good. Then we'll go this way. And then that way. And I have sponges on the server, so everything that we're doing here is a thing that we can do. I should have done that first before stacking it. Then we would be stacking up the water on each level. It's probably not the best way to do it. Plus I've got to go and break them all again after. Whoops. That. I could have used World Edit. I don't use World Edit as much now anymore because these tools are so powerful. Alright, so do the same thing again. Does it not replace... It doesn't. I think it treats air differently, doesn't it? In which case, we'll have to take a different approach. Okay, then I need to be able to remove that. So now we do need World Edit. That's one. Actually, no, wait. You can do it with this. Actually, it's possible. It's possible I could have done this before. Because maybe I could have just deleted the water. Like, basically doing that, but there's water in the middle, right? How did it get that far down? There's diamonds down there. I do not know how it got that far down. It's kind of weird. Now, little bits of waterlogged cave like this would actually mess up our rates, I believe. So, I probably need to come through and, like, get rid of the water here. Could use commands for it, or could just do this quickly. Still in wall motion, so it will need removing. Yeah. You mean it's not far down enough clear of water? I mean I clicked somewhere around there and somehow it erased down to the bottom. That's what was too far. Like, I didn't tell it to do that. It just did it. Right, I'm gonna have a bit of this tea now. Isn't there an animation for this? Get to warm up my hands, and I'll take some questions from chat for the next few minutes. Axiom seems way more intuitive. It is. It really is. It's absolutely mental how long World Edit stuck around for without a good alternative. I was in the process of developing an alternative, like a GUI overlay, where instead of typing commands, you would have like a menu, and it would translate your choices into commands. And then, like, not long into that, I found out about Axiom, and then I was like, oh, there you go, that's better. Do I have sugar in the tea? No, I do not. You had to leave yesterday during the tea break, but you hope you enjoyed yesterday's tea. I did enjoy yesterday's tea, and I'm enjoying today's tea. It's warming up my hands. What on earth compelled you to make 1700? It's a fab short. I laughed my little socks off and tear down my till tears ran down your face. Brilliant. I just filled up a shulker box full of statues and went, yeah, that'll do. You know, thank goodness I didn't do 2 shulker boxes. What's a coral nautilus? It's a new, very rare mob that we want to capture. If I could rate which season has been the most exciting, which would you choose? I don't like to like put them in order, if that makes sense. I like to say what each one was. Like, season 2 of Hermitcraft was like living the dream. Just very early days of Minecraft and YouTube being a thing. Wasn't as ubiquitous as it is now. And I thought that Minecraft Let's Plays were just amazing and such a cool thing. And then season 2 was me just constantly into it the whole season. Doing all these big projects. You know, doing it like I'd watch others done it. I used to watch Static, Efo, and DocM. And that was like my season of just doing it like they did. Another highlight was season 6. I feel like season 6, you look back at it and you go, dang, we just had non-stop fun the whole season. It was the longest season, I think, and like everyone was just making videos from like day 1 to the last. It was just a really good moment, and you didn't know that until after. Season 7's kind of special. Season 6finity, yeah, that's the one. 7 is special because it happened during the pandemic. We were just like all locked in and playing on a crazy scale. Then I think season 9 for Decked Out and TCG was pretty incredible. Season 10 have been really fun. And now we're here at season 11, which I've been enjoying so far. Right, oh, my hands are nice and warm. Okay, so now that we got this, we need to set up an AFK point, right? Which will be probably underground for convenience. Probably somewhere around here, right? So we open up Mini HUD. No, that's the wrong way around. We create a render. I'm gonna leave the biome border up for now. It might get a little bit messy here. Let's remove that and add despawn sphere, funny enough. It'll be where we are, I believe. That's interesting. I feel like the last one that we looked at, it felt like it was a lot closer. Let's actually check out that. So if we go into this world and look at the last time we did this type of farm. Okay, so there's the farm. The AFK spot is... Oh, it is a lot deeper, actually. It's a lot deeper. So if I go stand here-ish, and we create that new render, so let's actually get rid of the biome border as well. That's going to get noisy, I think. Okay, so that should be centered on where we are. We go out here. Right, and now you can see that actually... I don't think it actually related to that at all. Huh. That's quite odd. I thought it was very closely related to the despawn sphere, but the despawn sphere is massive. Maybe it was about the can't despawn sphere? I don't know, this feels a bit odd to me. This feels like... That's not what I expected to see. Like, why did I put the spot here? Clearly I measured it, right? I clearly measured it to this point for a reason. There is evidence of that. Let's go add the shape. Can despawn sphere, maybe, is it? So, add that shape, and then swap them around. Even then, it's like outside of it. That's really odd. Okay, I need theories. I need theories on this because now I'm really curious as to why I did it that way. There's also like evidence of a sphere at this level. Like, why did I fill in the sand in a circular shape up here? Is it possible that it's like a hangover from some plans that changed or something, you know? Am I using the minimum spawn sphere? Yeah. Is there any other type of variable here? Has Mojang changed those dimensions? I don't think so. There's also the can spawn sphere, but that's smaller than this one, so that we already know that that's not really what it's about. I might have to go back and like find an episode where I made this and watch it to just understand why, which I don't really want to do. Anyway, looks like no one in chat has a theory as to why. Do I have another AFK spot nearby? No, that's it. That's it right there. Because look, there's this pillar. I remember measuring it out. And then there's... You see, at this pillar here, there's the circle that I filled in with sand. And that, I know, is because I didn't want anything spawning in the water here. Right? But, like, it doesn't make sense. Maybe I started doing one thing and then plans changed as time went on or something. I thought what we were going to see is the sphere would cut through this bit here. Oh, it's really confusing, actually. Maybe there is like another something somewhere, but I'm pretty sure that's it. This isn't a squid farm, by the way, but maybe this is the thing that doesn't add up now, is that if I put in the sand to stop squid spawning in here, I didn't fill in any of this. So, like, why is it... Look, you can see... Is that where that's got to be where I've placed sand to create this shape. How have I ended up with the wrong shape here, right? That's what's really weird about this. Hang on a second. I partially think that originally, maybe I was going to stand here, right? Cool, we're doing some absolute investigation now. Ooh, that's interesting. Yes! That's... no, actually, it's not. I thought that might have been it. Because there's a clear shape of a sphere, and I remember filling this little bit here in with sand, right? That is not normal generation. The question is, why? Let's say we move that down until it lines up with it next. So we'll just continuously move it down, and then it doesn't line up. That's so weird. Let's move it back up a bit. So even when you get close to aligning it, now the curve of the sphere just isn't there. I'm really unsure. There's a possibility that it's a 24 block radius, we're saying. Let's have a look. That's the first. If it's smaller, I think you've got even less chance of that lining up. Wait, let's go back to the center spot. Let's add 24. That lines up almost. It's a little better. Like maybe I went a little further. I've got no idea now. It's such a annoying thing. I'm kind of annoyed that I came back to this world now because I've added a mystery that I didn't need. Because now the whole approach to like mob spawning mechanics needs to be reassessed. Like, why is the water so low here as well? What was the thinking behind all of this? I really want to know so that I sort of don't make the same mistake again, if that makes sense. But anyway, we'll go ahead and not onto the server. We want to go back into this world. We'll go and try and figure it out. Do you know when you release the idea of that farm, then we can rewatch it? Yeah, season 7. If you want to go investigate, I'd greatly appreciate that. I wish I'd have done that before starting this stream. I thought I understood what I'd done in that world, and then we put in the spear, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. I'm going to do a quick little thing. Hermitcraft, season 7, Xisuma playlist. If I go chuck that into YouTube, I might be able to tell you quickly. Do it on stream. I technically could because it's my own videos, right? Actually, yeah, let's do it on stream. I kind of want to bring a little bit of that to the streams on occasion. Just, you know, something a little different. And I'm always like, oh no, I'll do it in the background. So maybe not today. I had something set up a while ago to capture Chrome, but it's disappeared, so I'll have to add it again. Let's go add that. Okay, put it down here. Right, so all's good in the hood, homie. Brilliant. Let's go take that playlist URL. That looks correct. Have I got any auto block stuff? Nope. Can I just reject and go in? Sweet. Yeah, I got dark mode set up. That's good. Okay, right. So, where in the season is it? We're now watching my own episodes. Great. See, I look at all these thumbnails and they're like vague memories of stuff that I was doing. Also, like, you got to look at the titles and stuff a little bit. Give yourself a bit of context. How far you're in the season? Is there a hint of the project? Now, there are water bubbles there, so we might come back to that one. But that appears to be about slime and getting the slime heads. That's a highlight of my area? I don't know. It could be related to this update. Then we had the Nether update, so I'm probably doing all sorts of Nether stuff at this point, right? Nether farms. Yeah, this doesn't look very much like it at all. There's also a flower farm on the location. Easy Tridents might have been related to that. Right, I'm gonna bookmark that one. As we get further down here, I think it's somewhere behind us. I know what that is. That's not it. Even though there's a lot of water. I've got a feeling it's not something that I made like a sort of hook with the thumbnail and stuff. It's possibly a farm that I built for the brewery, you know? Because it makes pufferfish, so somewhere around here might actually not be a bad place to start looking. Hello, there it is. That's the one. Let's get rid of the Easy Trident farm. It's this one. It's these two. Okay, we've got an easy pufferfish farm, then we've got something about failure. So let's start with episode 69. Don't make sounds in the video. Oh, we got ads. I'm so not used to seeing ads on YouTube videos. Because I have premium and stuff, right? Nice. Nice. I've heard that the viewing experience of the amount of ads has gone down on YouTube. Like, back before I had premium, you used to get one short ad, like a 10-second ad tops. That's how it used to work. Okay, so... Oh my god, I'm probably explaining it straight away, aren't I? Oh my god, let's just...
Just floating. What kind of magic
We're just
trick
listening
is
to
this?
my own
Well,
episode on stream,
mode,
fine.
Listen carefully. We are not on Hermitcraft
This is how I should do
now,
content
okay?
now.
I am actually
I
in
should
a
just watch my own episodes on
using
stream.
the same seed that Hermitcraft has, so we have all of the same terrain, and this will help us design and position a farm that we're going to build in today's episode. However, we're also using the aid of mods. Check this voodoo magic out.
Interesting.
Wow, we have
is that the same? Do you think that's the same bit?
And this is
I think it
help
is.
us position the farm in the world. So what sort of farm are we making today? It is a pufferfish farm.
I know that. You put it in the title of the video. Let me write a comment.
And thus we must make a farm.
Sorry.
But you are probably wondering why they are glowing gold and other mobs are glowing white. Well, this is to just confirm that they're going to spawn inside of the farm we're creating.
That's actually a really good idea.
You can easily see the pufferfish, and this is just done with commands. Somewhere in the world there's some command blocks that give all of these different ones the glowing.
That's a great idea.
So in this world,
Thanks,
I also have a player that's AFK sitting above
making a
the
note.
farm, and this will cause the mobs to spawn inside of the farm. If I go into spectator mode,
this is not the same farm, but it's the same location, which is weird.
Spawn and start to spawn
Pretty sure.
inside of this area, and it is carefully positioned so the mobs we want to farm, which includes the pufferfish, will be inside of here. And there are other mobs that can still spawn outside of here, like squid. However, they're in a separate mob cap, so they're not going to affect this farm.
Ah, okay. Another what already? Are you kidding me? Another ad. Another 2 ads. I already know I don't want to play. Wait a minute. The PlayStation 5 is 250 quid now? I mean, GTA in the future, right? You know? You just played me these same ads a minute ago. And now I understand why people complain about ads. People get premium. It's worth it. It's so worth it. I wish I was logged in now. Okay. So. Quick thing. Where's the game? Wrong world. We'll log out. Delete that. Go into the Season 7 world. It is. I think it's the same seed. It looks like the same seed. Wait, what was that over there? Someone else's farm. Looks like a Guardian farm. Oh man, we got like extended view distance. We didn't have that back in the day. I feel like this sort of looked like the same seed. Did I just lose sound on the video?
Spheres.
Yeah.
The inner sphere represents where mobs won't spawn in relationship to that player, and the outside sphere represents
okay, this
where they
is like not the
so
same
you can
farm.
See
oh,
our farm is
look.
nestled between the two, meaning that we get lots of fishies. We could farm them as well as the.
Yeah, we got.
Fish.
I used to put.
So what was this idea?
Minecraft music
well,
in these
if we
episodes.
Were AFK down at the very bottom of the world.
We got double music going on.
We might not actually even touch the top of the water here, and you can see that's kind of true. There is now another sphere in this area.
What did I
and
tell you, man?
Surface, we would have to remove the water within inside this space. It comes over to the edge a little bit here as well, but then everything else is gonna be down here underground, where there basically isn't
those
any
spear
water,
sides are
and then
not
we
the
can
same.
Actually put our farm in this space right here, down near the bedrock level. There is going to be tons and tons of space to build a farm, open access to the ceiling. And then the rates down here would be way.
I think I've got the wrong spear size there, right?
The ocean surface. So as for the design of this,
or is it because they're passive mobs? Peglosson says it's a 64 block sphere. It looks like one. Is that because we're dealing with different type of mob? Oh, this is interesting because we might have to adjust the farm design or concept completely here. Fish spawn 2 to 64 blocks away from the player. So, oh, there you go. So it was related to the fish. Right, okay. Now we know why those orbs and things didn't line up. You can see me building the whole farm in a time lapse here. After that, I don't think there's much else here we're going to glean from this video. So it was the problem with the spheres was that it was related to fish. Huh. And I wanted this farm to also give us pufferfish. So I think basically we're going to build the same thing again for pufferfish and then build a separate farm for the coral nautilus. So let's go ahead and get rid of that now. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm probably going to need 2 farms now. Let me go ahead and keep a note of that. Very interesting. Check your next episode 970. You talk about something for the spawns. Dev, you got a timestamp with that, or do you just want to tell me what it is? Like so when other people start going, no, Xisuma, check out episode 970. Is it just like you just saw something that like someone else wrote in chat and repeated it? Because I was watching Tango the other day and someone in chat said like you missed a lever and his chat went mental and he never missed a lever. Someone just typed it. Just when it starts. Okay, cool. We might as well then. They're gonna hit us with more ads. Oh my god. It is no, it's not 250, it's 300 quid. I was considering getting a PS5 just to play GTA next year, but it might not even come out next year. Okay, here we go. So,
What's happening here? Am I having a moment of deja vu? Are you having a moment of deja vu? Because this is how we started off the last episode on a single player world on the same seed as Hermitcraft.
I know, I just watched it.
And doing some experiments with a mod that shows us giant spheres so that we can see if we're standing at one point in the world, like down at Bedrock, where exactly the fishies are going to be spawning. And in this episode, we're going to build yet another fish farm. This one's going to be very interesting, though. It's going to be able to do something that the last one couldn't. But what we do need to do is actually build it in a different biome. You see, the last one that we did was a lukewarm ocean, and it turns out the pufferfish actually have a smaller rate of spawning than in a warm ocean, which we're above right now. So I've been scouting out some locations.
Where's the thing about the sphere, though?
Land mass where we could potentially fill in this sized area right here, and then that means we could build a farm in that space as well. So I scouted out 2 locations, and this one over here I initially thought was the better one because it had these big lumps of land. But what you really want to do is actually have all the land in the very middle filled out, or should I say water. So this one looks like it'd be quite a bit of work. But this spot over here, maybe not as much, because the land overall tends to be higher. And so when we come under here, you can see that most of the area that we need filling in is kind of close to the surface. And by the way, we're not far from where the previous farm was. Just to see if
I mean, this is in the world then, isn't it?
I've cleared out a massive area for us to
this is the one where I watched the live stream.
I think this project is going to take a lot of tinkering time and kind of learning things one step at a time. Like, so...
No! Is it the same 2 ads again? Dev, what was the thing about the sphere? I didn't pick up on it at all. You think that's the sphere stuff you needed, right? Question mark. No, it does. We know the answer. The answer is that the sphere is 64 blocks because it's for fishes and not for hostile mobs. The zombie nautilus is a hostile mob, although it comes from the drowned. It's actually a jockey, and the coral nautilus. It didn't really specify, but it did say it was hostile and that it spawns in the warm ocean. So we have to treat it like a hostile mob. In other words, yeah, hang on. I think I know what I want to do. Anyway, this, by the way, I think What was the thing that I typed in? Bucket farm. I mentioned this yesterday. That live stream is the one. You can even see it on the thumbnail. It's related to this, right? And I couldn't listen to my audio from my previous. This is peak entertainment right here. We're now watching old live streams live. This is genius. I can just sit back, relax. I don't have to do anything. Previous X will entertain you.
This can pretty much be anywhere around here.
Can it,
now,
mate?
that might mean the player picks up before it hits the hopper, which might be good for...
This is weird. Listen to my old streams.
Ambrosia.
No, I don't want to know about Ambrosia. For goodness sake, I was trying to gather information. How many ads are they going to show me? Oh my god. I'm going to rage quit. Another one! Please! YouTube, please! This is not the viewing experience I want. You're just plastering me with nonsense. Okay. Yes, I remember there's oh, for goodness sake, there's a whole bunch of different designs that we went through, I believe. And I would like to look at them, but I'm not logged into YouTube Premium. So I click here and I'll probably get another ad, right? Yeah, I've given up. I've given up, people. That's it. I've had enough. I've had enough. Right, I think I've got the info that we need now. Here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to need to make 2 unique farms. I think we're going to AFK in the sky. We're going to do this above the warm ocean. And we're not going to worry about perimeter stuff. Okay, we're just going to build 2 designs based on 1 AFK spot. All right. So we will start off by bringing up mini HUDs. We want to get rid of all of this and put in one of these. Add the shape, enable it, configure it. So if it's 128, let's just go something like 192. I think that means it will touch the water. Oh, no, I'm way off. Actually, am I? Oh, yeah, the way it renders. No, perfect. Okay, my numbers were good. Right, now, what we're going to do next is we're going to open to land. We're going to stay in this world now. We're going to do that. And then I have already... Here's one I prepared earlier. Let's go ahead and join my LAN world. Okay. Game mode. Creative. Xisuma void. Then I need those coordinates that we had a second ago. We've lost our music. These are the numbers that I need, right? 47215. 47215. 47215. 4721.5. You're not falling. Good. Right. That is our AFK. Oh my god, is it raining? It's raining. Here's our player in the sky. Standing on the clouds. We will build a platform up here with a nether portal, something like that. Okay. Now we're going to go keep these coordinates, and we're going to use set block. No, I've got the coordinates there. Hello? I can't click. Weird. It doesn't like that, does it? It doesn't like me using... Oh my god, why is it not letting me click in chat? That's really odd. Like, I can't click to move the cursor anywhere. That must be a bug of some sort. So what is wrong with those coordinates? That's very odd. Doesn't like that at all. It doesn't like decimals. Oh, okay. Let's try it without decimals then. I think you're right. There you go. There you go. Okay, well done. Okay, I can do the rest myself. Thank you very much. Very nice. Above it, we'll place some of these, and then we'll set me into survival mode. Just in case, for some reason, there is a issue with this. Okay, so I'm now that's our mob cap thing. You know what I mean? And we're gonna go directly below and do a set block. Anything will do, really. Bam. Right, so that's roughly the bottom of the farm. If we look at the size of this thing here, we're actually, now that I think about it, we're actually down here for the mob cap, right? So have nothing else spawn. We're building a farm in the sky. I do not need to put the farm below the player. I can actually sort of put it anywhere around the player. We just have to go ahead and configure another render. So now what we want is to add the shape that tells us we're too close. There's also that sweet spot where they can't despawn, but I don't think we're going to worry about that. So let's say they can spawn here, add the shape, configure it. So we know the Y value is 192. These numbers look very familiar. Okay, let's go back, configure. So like 446 and 721. 446, 721. Okay, now we want that one on, that one off. Right, now it's much easier to look at. And now we know where we want to build our farm. We just want to build it outside of this area. Now, the lower in the world, technically it will run faster. So there is something to be said about building it lower. According to the wiki, drowned spawn at Y58, so a farm in the sky might not work. Thanks for checking on that, because the info I said, it just said river. No, sorry, it said a bunch of things, but at no point did I read anything about the Y value. So we need to double check that. That's a good point. Yeah, there is. I see it. Ah, okay, we might have to change the plan all over again. Apparently they can spawn in bubble columns? That's interesting. Huh. Well, there's a way to test this, actually. This is interesting. Because in order to get that one, we're going to have to build it in a different place again. Okay. Give me a moment, people. Give me a moment here. So I kind of just want to use set block again, I think. Do that. Do this. And then get a shape going, basically. Whoops. Yeah, now that I think about it, I can just do that, right? And then I could also go and use clone, and then go boom boom. There you go. You gotta create the steps in your head that get you there, get you to the thing you're trying to do the quickest, right? So drowned needs too deep water. Okay, now we have that. Let's check with this thing. Do I have to type in the command again? True. Let's do that. And then drowned. See, it says that drowned can spawn. Do you see what I mean? And Nautilus. Now, that, I'm not sure if it's a Nautilus zombie. No, it's a regular Nautilus. There's no mention of the coral Nautilus here. No mention of it, but it does say a drowned can spawn there, right? If we go down here, it says a drowned can, tropical fish, pufferfish, Nautilus. How does the coral Nautilus spawned? Light level 027 for drowned. Interesting. So when we saw it a moment ago, isn't there something that tells you about the light level? I thought. It's a variant of the zombie Nautilus, says Sakura. The thing there is that the drowned will spawn the zombie Nautilus, and it will be a jockey. The drowned is the primary spawning mechanic. When it talks about the coral Nautilus, it doesn't talk about it in the same way. It also doesn't spawn with a drowned, so I don't know how Carpet pulls all this information. If you add something new into the game, or let's say you got a mod, does it like get what the game is about to do, or does it put together the info based on like in the Carpet code? Does it say, you know, what's the check the Nautilus bit, right? Like, does it have to know, or does Carpet just pull together everything the game's about to do? It iterates the spawn types and tries to spawn them. So is what we're seeing exactly what the game's going to do, or is it based on the game's knowledge? Like, if it didn't know the pufferfish existed, would it still tell us the pufferfish would spawn? That's the thing I'm getting at here. Is just we don't want to make mistakes with the knowledge it's giving us. Oh, Pearl got a coral Nautilus, but it had a drowned riding it. Really? Ah. That's interesting. The way the wiki describes it, you wouldn't have thought so. So it sounds like based on this, it seems like we're on the right track, right? Now, if I wanted to do a test, if I'm up here with this, right, the mob cap should now be working so that things can only spawn here. I'm not seeing anything spawn there, though, right? Probably need a bigger spawner area. The question is, how big... How far do you want to go with this experiment before you think maybe it's not correct? What should we do here? Should we go and... I'm going to go and stack from here to there, that way. That's kind of not the way to do it, actually. Let's cancel. So we want to go from there, that side to this side. That's also not the way to do it. I'll get there in the end, don't worry. Like that. Similar problem. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and move these bits up to about there. Then we'll go ahead and move the whole thing so we can center it a little bit, just because the brain is like, oh my god, make it centered. Not that it has to be, but you know. So let's confirm that. And then we want to erase the walls that we've added. And this, I think, has got to be faster than doing stuff with Word Edit. I'll tell you that. Then maybe give it a block update. And then now it's creating all the water sources. And now it's a full pool of water again. So, let's set the time... Let's set the time tonight. Let's turn off our rendering and go up here. Now, we should see stuff spawn in there, right? But we're not. What does that mean? Does that mean Carpet's wrong? Okay, next thing. Let's use a command. Effect. Give at all. Type. Isn't type? Wait, at entity. Type. Not the player. Give it glowing for 5 seconds. Right. Oh, did something spawn up here? Yeah, a spider and a skeleton on the edges. Nothing in the water. Other things we got in the world, I'm not sure what they are. Possibly rabbits? So that makes sense. But nothing spawning in here. Could I tick sprint? I could. Light level. Do pufferfish need... Here's the thing, right? Carpet is supposed to do the lifting for us here, and it's not. Like, that drown should spawn there. So should glow squid, nautilus squid, and dolphins, right? Unless... No, wait, there's a will. I'm not looking at will. There's 0 on will. They can, but will they? No. The other ones, can they? No. It can, it will fit, but will it? 0. Oh my god. Okay, well, there's that. There's that little bit of crucial information. Let's go investigate down here then. So now stuff will spawn as I lower into the world. We've got a drowned. Right, so a drowned down at this level. It says it won't. Interesting. But we got one nearby. Why? Actually, they all say 0 wherever I go. Am I reading this correctly? 0% chance. Now I don't know what to make of that. Drowned spawn below Y58. I mean, we are definitely below Y58 and we're getting a 0. And it's nighttime. Everything says 0%. Like, how do I work with that? Oh wow, that was interesting. What do we make of that? Are you too close? Does it work like that? That's a good point. I would technically be too close. Oh, that's a bit weird. Well, hang on. Let's go onto the surface, right? We're having trouble in the water. Like, if I put it there, the part should literally spawn. And it does say will 0%. And that would make so much sense that it's related to player proximity. But this is the point of the mod for you to investigate. So surely there's a way to get over that. I remember using it in the past and that not being an issue. How would we use it without being in range? I don't think set block works. I think it detects the player placing it. I can actually use Axiom to... Wait, how do I do this again? Yeah, like this. To change my infinite reach. Apparently it's infinite? It shouldn't be infinite. What am I doing here? There's like a menu normally that lets you change that. Like, I don't have infinite reach because I configured it. Where's the... What's... Normally there's like a configuration thing. I don't know where that is. Is there like an edit? Wait. What's that thing do? There it is. Oh my god. Okay, right. So, like, if we do it off in the distance, then it's a whole different ball game. Now, well, that's great. That's great. So that did nothing. Can you not set block? Well, I didn't bother trying because it just struck me as probably not how the mod is coded, right? Could be mistaken. Yeah, it's just not how the mod is coded. You think it's the block position that is calculated because it is on the ocean floor X. I don't know what that means. The block position? We've already tested it on land. It's on land, like it's everything is will is 0. Like what is influencing will? If it's me, the player range, we don't know how to get rid of that. And if it is like we, you know, once we get over that hurdle, then we have to go back and test this again. But it does seem like we should be able to determine if it can spawn down here or not. Natural spawning? Yeah, let's see. In other words, they might not spawn directly on the floor. Okay. Natural spawning. Sakura, do you understand what I'm getting at here? Like, maybe I don't understand what will 0% is. All I can assume right now is that maybe it's 0% because I'm too close to where it's trying to spawn. Right? And I've used this mod in the past, and it's given me the information to make the farm. So if I get will 0% up here, that might not be because I'm close to the carpet. It might be for a different reason. And I can't separate these two things. King Hingle says, I swear it never used to act like this. And you've used this mod before. Maybe, yeah, maybe there's something up with the mod. Maybe that's the issue. I mean, something I could do is maybe downgrade and try an older version just to test where the drown spawn. I could also look at this, and it's probably quite likely that we know nothing spawns up here, right? Am I loading the chunks? Like, what do you mean? Of course they're loaded. We're in them. Is there a mob cap? Yep, there's a mob cap in the game. If I go into spectator mode, I can't place a carpet to find out. The bot is survival. Oh, that's not a bot. There's another player up there. Kill all the mobs and try again. No, Mark. The issue is with the mod. The mod is giving us this will 0%. And it would make sense if it did, because we're too close to the spawn point. That makes sense, right? But surely that's not how this mod should work, because I've used it in the past to help me figure stuff out. Surely it would know we don't want to tell the player that there's a 0% chance because they're nearby, because they're using it to find out, can the thing spawn here? Of course the player's not going to be there, right? We're using this to build farms and stuff. So I think there's an issue with it. Now, if there's an issue with it that needs fixing, it means currently we're told that drowns can't spawn here and up there in the farm. I think that they can't spawn up here in the farm because we did it with a perimeter and nothing spawned in it. And the wiki says it's got to be down at Y58. I would just like to properly confirm that using this mod, and we can't currently do that. You know, I would like to make sure 100% that we're not goofing up something, because building a farm up here would be quite handy, you know? Hey, sometimes you explain things way over my head, but I still learn a lot for you. Thanks for all you do, says Robert. The kit now. I'm trying my best to explain it for all y'all to understand. I am trying my best. What's the command that you're using for the pink carpet spawn info? It's not a command. We're using the carpet mod. So the pink carpets will give us the info about the spawning. Sakura says, understood X, I'm on your page trying to sort it out myself. Got you, okay. So, what's frustrating now is, although, yes, it looks very unlikely doing a farm in the sky is the way to go. Oh, that's a pink carpet there. I thought it was a mob. I would really like this to be working if we're going to build it down at this level, because now we have to change everything again, right? I think I said it though in that video that we watched earlier. We need like a lump of land close to the surface to take over. That's either here or oh, actually no, the biome changes there. We need to double check the biome. So it might just be this spot here. It might be the best place to now center a farm on. Essentially. Yeah, I think that's unfortunately what I'm going to have to do, isn't it? So let's say we take this bit right here. I mean, could study it for a moment longer. The land around it, I mean, the peak of it is just about there. I think actually, I think you probably want it somewhere around here, feels about middle-ish. Maybe back this way a bit more. All right. We're going to go ahead and put in a marker. And we start again. Unfortunately, like this could be pretty typical of doing this sort of stuff. Like yesterday when we talked about doing this on stream, I was hoping that my research would put us in a good place to start, and it didn't. I needed to do some more steps, apparently. I didn't do those steps because I thought then we would be doing the fun stuff, right? Okay, so 192 puts us above the water. So when we come down by like 12 blocks, we're going to see... wait, just back out now and put that on. We're going to see it cut through... cut through the water a bit? That is a lot more than I thought it would be. I have done something wrong here. 192 should be outside of the water. Unless it's just the way it renders again. Like the rendering of this has been tricking me a bit. It does actually... It comes like... 12 is just too much, isn't it? That's the issue. It doesn't sound like a lot, but apparently it is. So... Configure, bump it up by 1, 2, 3, 4. Still doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look right. But believe it or not, that is the bottom of the sphere. I guess the bottom of a sphere is pretty flat, isn't it? That's a huge perimeter to dig out for this farm. Ugh. And wasn't the drowned thing Y58? So now we're going to have to go back to the original idea of like cutting it into the corner like we did here. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous right now. Okay. There's not an easy way to make this farm by the looks of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove that. Let's bring back our biome render. So now we're probably looking at trying to get the corner of a sphere over here. And if we do that, then we could look at the amount of time we put into this farm as now you're going to have to light up all the caves in that area, which could be a heck of a lot of work to get the spawn rates up. So is that actually the better way forward? What do you think, chat? I don't know if I want to do this now. This is a lot more goes into this than I originally thought. Do we build a perimeter into the water, or do we put it on the corner, which means less filling in of the area around your farm, but then you have to light up tons of caves? Just empty all the chunks manually in a massive time lapse. I'll just do that, yeah? Just quickly build a world eater and just quickly make a perimeter. You know, like I've seen in that time lapse where that fast talking chappie said, you know, oh, what was it? In the last 500 days, I dug out 10 billion perimeter blocks around like this. I totally didn't use any cheats or mods. I did it all in survival, mate. I did, and then I made it into a 1-minute short. And I post 10 of these 1-minute shorts a week. Doable in about 16 hours, technically. You've been watching too many cheaters. You've been watching too many... Look at all these farms that I built. Yeah, in the last week. Yeah, of course I did. In the last week, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Me and my hardcore world. Totally just did that quickly, you know. I did it while you popped out for a cup of tea. Through a war motion, Jan has a 1% chance with a weight of 5 over 520. So it could potentially not be the best biome to go for it. But according to my research, here's why we picked this area. Where are my notes? Well, I'm looking at my notes. It's just I'm not seeing the right bit. Yeah, okay, so in War Motions, Coral Zombie... Oh, I see. It's worded really badly. Let me not read what's written here. In the War Motion is when a drowned that spawns as a zombie Nautilus jockey, that will convert into a coral zombie. Now, it only does it in the warm biome, right? Zombie Nautilus can spawn in ocean, lukewarm ocean, deep lukewarm, and warm ocean, right? That's why we want to build this in the warm ocean. The same spawning things go for the pufferfish as well. That's kind of why I like the idea of putting these farms together in the warm ocean, because then you get all three different types. But that might also mean that we only get the coral type out of this farm, which is interesting. You might want to use a warm ocean monument structure potentially. Oh, are you on about building a... When you say monument, do you mean a guardian temple? Like, I'm pretty sure monument's its actual name, isn't it? Because now we're thinking, well, we're going to build a big perimeter, we're going to do all of this, might as well build a prismarine farm into it as well, right? No, that's not what you meant. Warm ocean monument structure. What's that? Drowned ruins. Well, that will spawn a drowned as part of the structure, but that's not a spawning site. That's not like a like there's a mob spawner there, or it's a biome that spawns the mob. Is this near the sand mining area? It is, yeah. The ruins? Why would we build it near the ruins? Ruins don't respawn them. X, can fish actually spawn that high up? I don't know. It doesn't look like it because none have. They might spawn... You know what? Let me go see if I can grab that. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. Let me see if I can go grab that information, because it was not something I was looking for. It kind of skipped my mind, that bit. Does it have a Y value? I'm not seeing anything about a Y value for fish on the wiki currently. Interesting. No, nothing on that page. What if I just go search salmon? No mention of their Y height here either, really. It looks like we're gonna have to build a perimeter, which is not what I wanted to do. I think I might abandon this now. I think like I want to think on it a bit more, because it looks like, oh, actually it's like, remember, all of this was based off of this old farm, which I didn't realize was just for fish. I could build that again. I could get loads of pufferfish. That's an easy farm, right? The way it interacts with the fish mob cap and the range of the fish, that's great. Oh, look, a Nautilus. That's like very redoable. But this farm might need a little bit more thinking and thought put into it. Let's one last time go back to the render, because I think I've decided that building it at the corner of the biome and putting your AFK spot underground is probably not a good idea. How did we lose the render that we have? I don't recall deleting it. I probably did, because it's not there. Seems a bit odd to delete it. Anyway, I think we went 198 and then said come down by 12, but then we decided to go up a couple. So, like, the thing with that is we probably want to start with where drowns can spawn, right? Which is 58. We probably want to lower that. We want to give them a good amount of space. Let's say we give them 8 blocks, and then we go and add 128. So we're looking at 178 is probably going to give us enough depth to put the farm in. And then look at the size of the perimeter. So all of this area here needs to have sand dropped in and then cleared out. Like, in these bits here, maybe the way to go is to place stone blocks in to create the shape. I could see myself doing that in survival, You place a whole bunch of stone in, and then you go ahead and you like fill up the middle with everything else. But it is going to be like one heck of a project to create that perimeter. And we don't have all the information in to say that that's going to work. This would be quite easy because you'd end up lighting up a lot of the land. So actually, moving this towards the land and AFKing up in the sky is good because lighting the land is easier than removing the ocean. Then you can check for some caves underneath. There happens to not be a lot here. So if we move this thing in that direction a bit, I think we will make our life easier. But not by a crazy amount, because then you'll start to lose the space that goes downwards, because we're going to construct our farm around here at Y52. So that gives us like about 6 to 10 blocks for the drown to spawn in. Actually, it goes as low as 49. Am I reading that right? So we could probably pull this thing up a couple of blocks. Like, yeah, there's 8 blocks of spawn space for the drown to spawn vertically. I still don't even know what the mechanism for getting them to spawn is. Interesting. Okay. So now we're going to go and like start moving it towards the land. I can't even tell. I can't even tell what way it is. X value goes... Okay, we're not looking at X. We're looking at Y. Y goes down. X goes down. Actually, no. X goes up because it's negative. So Y down, X up. X up, Y down. X up, Y down. $16 was that? Okay. So I've moved it in, and now, you know, I could move it in again and again, probably. Where's the bottom of this thing? The bottom of this thing is kind of close to the corner here. I reckon push it in another 8 blocks. So what did I say? X is up, Y is down. Okay, so now this is your perimeter, right? You go in, you fill out the rest of this with stone blocks. You create that shape. Then you go underwater and start filling in all of this. Once that's done, you fill in the rest of the sand. You light up this perimeter here, which kind of looks like it could be pushed even further quite easily. The Nautilus will only spawn between Y level 38 and 58, and the block above, block below and above is water. Really? Clear. Do you know, there needs to be so much more research into this, and like if carpet isn't working, then we can't even. If that's true, we have to rethink this again. We have to lower the farm even further, and then you're going to start to head towards the territory of probably lighting up caves as well. Like there, you can see you don't need to really light up any caves at all. If this farm goes any lower, we've got to light up caves. Apparently, the wiki says that fish only spawn from Y50 to 63. Yeah. Well, it's taken us an hour and 15 minutes to learn that the farm that I built on Season 7 was not actually what I thought it was. Not only that, we're not sure. Are we certain carpet isn't working? Yes. Yes. Did you not see it? It tells you that the mob can't spawn all the time, even when they can spawn. So I'm not too keen on pursuing this anymore because it feels like much more of a gamble. We don't have the tools to correctly confirm where this farm is going to be or not yet. Right, I'm good. I'm good. This is literally one of the reasons why I don't like, or I avoid doing this sort of stuff on stream, is because sometimes you hit walls like this where you don't get anything done for an hour, right? And that really annoys me and bugs me, and that's why I don't do it. You know, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to build a contraption, and I'm like, but it might not work out. And if I do it on stream, then, you know, we're goofing around for ages and not getting anything done, it feels like. Malfunction. Does the carpet mod have a setting to remove your presence from being considered? It's supposed to not do that. I'm pretty sure the default is that it doesn't do that, right? It could be hidden behind a setting, but I'm fairly sure it shouldn't be, because in the past it didn't. At least we had a nice time. It was, yeah, it was all right. I would have just liked to have gotten more done, right? I do have a bit of a problem with that, where I feel like I need to be productive. And to be fair, we learned a bunch of stuff. We've got some knowledge together. Learning how to learn is important as learning. That's true. That's true, Jeff. I like it. Peeps, let me show you what I was up to this morning. It is a learning moment. Yeah, we did gather some intel. I'm just disappointed that we didn't get far along enough to like really start engineering. I would have liked to have done a couple of things with like capturing the mob and stuff. I had some ideas there, but we didn't even figure out where we actually need to build it. Sakura, any testing you want to do would be greatly appreciated. The main thing is just finding out what's going on with carpet, really. Right, I set this up earlier. I just want to quickly check. That's okay. That's very good. It's actually working. Would you like to know what this is, or are you looking at it and you're like, yep, I understand everything that's going on here. No need for explanation, X. Don't tell me why there's an iron golem there. Don't tell me why EFO's powering the farm. It's powered by EFO. I don't need to know. You know? It's a farm. I'll tell you, don't worry. It's a villager farm. Classic logical geek boy design. You may have remembered we investigated this in a recent live stream. I decided not to go with the design that I used last time because it's actually, it's basically the same as this, but slightly bigger with 2 villagers, which maybe makes it a little bit faster. I'm not sure. But yeah, I added in bees so that they pollinate the crops and make them grow faster. And I've added in 2 allays to pick up the wheat and the seeds. Now the copper golem will take any incoming items here and try and put them in this chest first, so we filter it for wheat. And then it will put seeds above it, which go then down into thine divine hopper of compostingness to create bone meal. That's what it does. It occurs to me now, this didn't need to be a double chest. I could have put a slab there, but it kind of neatly locks our worker into like eternal banishment. Forever sorting items. That's a neat little feature, you know? Don't underestimate it. Just got home from swimming now and you're eating some taco. Don't forget to hydrate. I could do with some hydration. I could do with some hydration. Right. Let me check on something here. I have just noticed something. I thought it was just one of those days. Every now and then you stream, and today's just one of those days where peeps aren't resubbing. That's fine. But I just noticed on Twitch, people are resubbing, and they have been throughout the stream, and I am not getting it through on Streamlabs, which is kind of weird. That usually doesn't mess up. So, I've got a whole bunch of people to say thank you to. There's been gifting subs. How has it not come through with this info today? I don't know. Let's go back to the beginning. So we had Addy AG coming in with the Prime. And then Nooks gave out a gifted sub. Thank you so much. There's probably a few more of those. Shiniki coming in. Gifting a sub as well. And Mr. Bisco gifting a sub to each other, I noticed. Very cool. Thank you for gifting subs. Toguro Joe coming in for 86 months. Appreciate you, my dude. Maddie Goodies here for 9. That is a Twitch baby. We love the Twitch babies. Wolf Whisper 13, thank you for a month subscription. And there's loads of people that have been following this stream as well. So thanks for hitting the follow button. Absolutely crazy amount of follows. Loads of them. Turtle, thanks for resubbing. 2 months. Saying 2 months, let's go. Alright, and as I scroll up, Matsubu coming in. 82 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you so much. We've got a message effect here. I don't know what the heck that is. Some cheers and biddies by the looks of it. Oh, that's one of the messages I read out earlier. Interesting. Okay. Admiral Jug, thank you for the prime. Much appreciated. Mr. Yorben for 4 minutes. Sorry, 4 minutes. 4 months. And that's it. Record up. Huh. So it's broken. Hey, I Love Cats in the chat. Speaking of stuff that isn't working, we haven't had any music info for like the last 3 or 4 streams. Well, it's Minecraft music today, so it's not on display. But it's pretty simple. Basically, every now and then you need to turn it off, and you might not remember to turn it back on. Here's what we're going to do next. There's a very logical thing that I need to do after this project, and that is to construct a very particular farm that we will find in Season 10, because we're getting to that stage now in the game where there's some farms that you just don't redesign them, right? Like, what's the point? There's not much, as far as I'm aware, there's not much that needs to be redone. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. This one is going to be a pain in the butt to recreate, I'm pretty sure. Unless I use my noggin, because I can't really just take a screenshot of that. I need to like interactively work with it. Now, if I'm not getting any notifications on Streamlabs today, can I get it to update or like try and work somehow by pressing something like pause and play? What's that do? Skip alert, filtering, safe mode. Enable chat box notifications. Wait. Dude. Is that the thing? Is that the thing that stopped the sounds? Oh no, it can't. Surely not. No, that's not the thing that stops the sounds. Anyway, I clicked a button, right? And it refreshed my chat in a different program. So that is really strange. It kind of looks like it might be the thing that stops the sounds working. A thing. So, for those of you that don't know, right? I refer to people subscribing and stuff as a noise in my ear because it used to make a ding-a-ling sound, right? And then one day it just stopped working. And if I use their website to test it, you can hear it. I'll go do it right now. And I have done everything. I've gone into settings, deep stuff. I've gone through all of my audio matrices. I've checked every single like setting, and I've been on support tickets with them several times over trying to get to the bottom of this, and we can never find out why it just doesn't work anymore, right? And I've given up. But I still call it a noise in the ear, and it really bugs me because now I'm thinking someone's listening and like, why is this guy talking about a noise in his ear? You don't hear it. I don't hear it anymore. Let's see. Test. Twitch. I heard that. You probably heard it as well. It might have said welcome aboard Kevin on the screen. I'm not sure about that bit. Let me try again. Let me see if it pops up on screen. We'll do it again. Kevin, welcome aboard! Right. Now, tell me in chat, did you hear the audio? Good, I'm glad you heard it. I just found a little button that says disable chat box notifications. And I don't know if it was disabled. I just don't know what it is. It's just like a setting that I've noticed because I've started wondering, why is this not working today? Why is my mini feed not working? I've clicked on it and it reset my chat, which is running somewhere else. So it's like, oh, I don't know what this thing is. This doesn't feel familiar. Anyway, so until someone subscribes or does biddies or gifting or something like that, I won't know if it works or not. Y'all say Kevin fixed it. No. It makes sound like that, right? It'll make sound like that when I test it using their website. but it still is broken. That was just a test for some reason. Yo, the Pixel X, thank you for gifting a sub. Ray Chaos 1, thank you for gifting a sub. I heard no sounds. Did you guys hear sounds? I heard no sounds. Do we even get something on the screen? Are we getting them on the screen today? Are we seeing the animations even pop up? Oh, we got Sakura gifting subs as well. Thank you so much. E. Jeffries coming in with the Prime. Right, and nothing on the screen. It's broken. Something broke it. I don't know what that is. And now I'm kind of worried that me disabling the chat notifications might have been the thing that stopped it coming on screen. So I'm going to leave that up. A treasure train just started. I can't remember what the treasure train is. Another one of Twitch's many things I don't know about. Okay, there's the treasure train. So I don't know if we're going to get anything on the screen today when it comes to that stuff, because it just hasn't worked today. And I just thought it was one of those quiet days, but apparently it's not. Apparently it should be working. What if I I don't even know if I can get it to fix itself on stream or something. There's no refresh. It's the solution would be close the program down, which means end the stream and then try again. So fingers crossed this isn't permanently broken and something I have to figure out, because there's nothing worse than thing not working when you're streaming, because then it's okay, I don't want to stream me trying to fix it. I don't want to spam y'all with that stuff. Okay, it's not looking promising. I'll leave it open for a minute and see what happens, but I'm not counting on anything. So what we need to do is go back to Hermitcraft, and I'm going to get a second login into this spot. So I need a second Minecraft now. And then we'll rebuild the dirt farm. Tech problems, the stream. Yeah, you... no, now that I read it out loud, I know what you mean. Tech problems, the stream. Come to this live stream where I try and fix the things that aren't working on the stream. It'll be great. You thought it only changed the name for a hype train. It's a different thing. I don't know what it is. There we go. Okay, Birdie J coming in for 23 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Absolutely nothing on the screen. So that sucks. I'm going to try one last thing, which is to go back to the place that tests the alert box and maybe just leave it open. There's a way to have it open. That looks like it. Yep. Right, I'm going to let that run in the background, and maybe, just maybe, I'll now be notified of when stuff happens, right? Probably not, but maybe, just maybe. You know, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. That's the worst joke ever. It's not even funny. It's just whenever I say maybe, oh my god. That's the branding right there, isn't it? That's some top tier branding. If you can get people to think of your product when a regular word like maybe comes up, you know what? Let's call season 12 of Hermitcraft the. Let's rebrand to the. that is, oh my god. You'll never stop thinking about Hermitcraft, right? You'll never stop the season. That actually is kind of funny. Just refer to it as the season. It's the season of Hermitcraft. Season the. We're going to rebrand the. People in the future will be reading books and they'll be like, why are they talking about Hermitcraft so much? 12th season of the. Just the. That's everything. Just the. That's all you do. You do the. Bam. That's everything. You know what you're talking about. You know, someone asked you, did you turn off the oven before you left the house? Why are you talking about Hermitcraft? You know what I mean? Yo, have you been watching The recently? Yeah, I've been watching the. Don't need to say it twice, mate. I heard you the first time. Funny times, eh? My favorite YouTube series, yeah. Isn't the a band? Stop talking about season 12, dude. Jeez. Said it twice. Said it twice. Yeah, the is actually a band. And like, I didn't back when that kind of like indie movement was happening, and there were all these the bands, the Strokes and the La La La's and the Wootsy Doodles. They weren't so bad, the Wootsy Doodles. Then a band called the came out, and like I just refused to listen to them based on the name. I didn't really like that sort of music anyway, but like when there was one called the I went, nope, not listening. I bet everyone's got something like that. I bet everyone's got like a band name that like if you just heard it, you'd just be like, nope, not gonna listen. Did they call their album The? You would have solely listened to them, fair enough. But there's the flip side, isn't there? You know, band comes along with crazy name and you will listen to them. Congratulations, community. 60% of you contributed to the treasure train goal. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the treasure train is. Someone explained it to me once, so I've immediately forgotten. It does feel a little silly to do this like double slabbing in areas where you then go and build a farm, because it's like not where you're aging your copper, but then it does have like an influence range of like 5 or 6 blocks, so put stuff nearby and dang it! Now I need to go get some more of those blocks because I ran out. 600 people plus contributed. I don't know. 62%? 1,000 people watching? That makes sense. Yeah, this stuff is just distracting at the end of the day. Just forever in a state of distraction when I live stream. Pretending to be productive but getting nowhere close. Treasure Train gives a discount on 5+ gifted subs. Oh, okay. But like what? Why is it a treasure train to begin with? That's what I don't understand. Like why? Like I get that they added the hype train, and you know the hype train rolls, and then everyone gets excited about it or whatever. But like, then they add a treasure train. I've seen some other ones as well on other people's streams. I've seen some other ones where it's like, oh, it's a different type of train. You've seen a golden kappa train. That I have not seen. Maybe it's a holiday special. Could be, yeah. Could be. God, I'll tell you what, this Christmas, I've not really felt that Christmassy this Christmas, I will admit. I finished doing all of my air quotes work. Like my last episode of Hermitcraft for the year, that's the better way to word it. And the short is now done, and the prank video, right? Like that's the last of what I'm doing. Now it's just live streams, and I've got a list of jobs to do, right? I did most of them yesterday. So I've got very little on my plate, but I just don't feel that Christmassy yet. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to start watching some Christmas specials or something. I finished watching Monkey Dust. I love that show. It is absolutely diabolical. I've been laughing so hard. I really want to watch some other comedies and stuff, but like I have not really. I don't feel like there's been any good comedy movies in a while. Monkey Dust was the best. Season 1 was so groundbreaking, says King Hingle. Season 1 is, in a way, probably like my least enjoyed because I had the DVD of Season 1 and I watched it so much that now Season 2 and 3 feel like really novel and interesting, whereas like Season 1 I just know every joke inside out, you know what I mean? Feels very un-Christmassy this year, but we've also not decorated our apartment much this year. Yeah, if you start putting up the decorations, it'll help, won't it? Do I watch the live series? I don't watch the live series. My YouTube, the stuff I watch on YouTube is more like journalism and science and education. And I don't watch a lot of entertainment, especially like gaming. I will watch Hermitcraft content though. That's for sure. You suspect that carpet and the spawn issues may be due to carpet replacing the water. Can it spawn? Yes. Can it fit? Yes. Will it spawn? Attempts to spawn the mob 50 times and doubles 4%. No, due to the block being a carpet, not a water source. Beastly Bet, if you're right, that's a bug though, right? Not a feature, because it used to work in the past. No doubt about it, like carpet works the way it should do and that I thought it was going to work. Post gaming entertainment content on YouTube, watches zero entertainment content on YouTube. Not sure what you're saying there. Are you talking about me or you? Yo, Ginger the Lily, thank you for your resub. 8 months, thank you so much. We had a message effect. Cheers and biddies. I suspect that... Oh, wait, that's the one I just read. I don't know why. I guess Twitch puts a message effect into my activity feed, whatever that is. Maybe I should start using this Twitch thing a bit more. Like Everstrew coming in with a 40 stream streak. That's pretty cool. And Lava, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 12. Thank you for following. Ads are so annoying, says Ugly Ducks Link. Tell me about it. I got bombarded with them earlier in this stream. It was awful. Right, well, anyway, it's official. My noises in the ear are absolutely broken, so I'll have to catch them on my Twitch activity feed. I guess it's a good thing I configured that the other day because it's been immensely useful today. Let us... I'm now a little concerned. I've had streams in the past where the activity feed has just been very quiet. And I just figured, oh, it's just, just a day where it's going to be quiet. And now I'm wondering that there's people I haven't said thank you to. So that's kind of annoying. Right, anyway, I've got my second Minecraft up. We're going to log back into the Season 10 world over there. And then we're going to rebuild this dirt farm. Have I checked the memes channel, X? No, I haven't checked it in ages. I haven't checked it in a while. I need to drink some water. I'm feeling quite parched all of a sudden. You think Kevin deserves another shout out? Yeah, shout out to Kevin. I was listening to an XFM radio show earlier, and they got an email in with like someone asking for a shout out, a bunch of students in a college or something, and they were just all sarcastically like, "Oh yeah, shout out to so and so." Yeah, the only person who finds that remotely interesting is you. That's what amuses me when someone says, "Can I get a shout out?" It's just like, who's that interesting to? Just you. I'm not into shout outs because someone asked for it. I don't mind shouting someone out if they do something cool, but like just asking for a shout out to me is just like, what does that even mean? Why are you seeking that? You love how every time X drinks tea or water, he gives us ASMR. Is this true? Is this true? Is this ASMR? I am a professional tea sipper. And I got some water. Could you tell the difference between the two if your life depended on it? Probably even if it didn't depend on it, you could tell the difference. They sound very different to me when I make the sounds. It's probably been said, but why 2 rows, says Humbly Nobody? To speed up the aging of copper. to a degree that is very useful for an overnight session. I sound like a broken record because I have to explain this because there's always someone tuning in who doesn't know. So I'll say it again, as I've said it many, many times. There's the fastest way to age copper, and then there's the what if I go and AFK overnight and come back in the morning way, right? I think you can do it with just one. If you do it with 2 layers, it will definitely all age overnight. And that is a proposition you may not have thought of, right? Is maybe you don't need it to age as fast as possible. Maybe you just need it to age within a certain amount of time. So doubling up the slabs means any copper we place in here will just age at a decent amount of time, basically. Right, I'm going to go and put this thing, I'm going to put it facing towards here-ish. We will start with, what is roughly the middle of this thing? Because I think I would like it to align a little bit. So we'll come to about here and put in a chest. Am I about to build this the wrong way? No, I'm not. I just have to put that on that side. There's a reason I went to the desert the other way to collect sand as well, and I think I forgot while I was out there that I probably needed a lot more sand, because at some point in all my deliberations about what farms and materials I need, I remembered that... Oh yeah, we can make some more. I remembered that we're going to need a lot of glass bottles for this farm whenever we get around to building it, so that was another reason to go there. Not sure if I collected enough for it though, not sure. So then we have a dropper for dirt. We're going to need a dropper and a dispenser over here. And probably some redstone. So let's grab these things. Probably a repeater. Some redstone dust. There's going to be glass blocks. So we'll grab those now as well. And let's put some of this clutter back into the system. Weird question, but do you have a designated AFK spot? No, I don't. I tend to just like dig something in the wall like that and then put a torch down and block myself in. Does X show redstone behind what is under the blinking floor? What is the blinking floor? Or is it more like, does X show what redstone is behind that blinking floor? Were you just self-censoring? I don't think you were, but it could be a possibility. Right, dispenser. Oh, I need some tough blocks now. Where was I getting my tough blocks from? I think I yoinked them from over here, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, wait. They're in my backpack now. That's where I got them from. I remember. Tough. Right next to the bath salts. Okay, we'll grab that. So we have a dispenser. I got to remember to use this. I love it. Which one's the dispenser? That one. Dispenser there. That's a dropper. How did I goof that up? Dispenser. Okay, that's correct. Now we want the dropper. Dropper is like... I've actually put that in the wrong spot, so that's okay. Or have I? Yeah, I've put it in the wrong spot. In fact, no, wait. A lot of this is not looking correct. Okay, so like... Ah, fair enough, right. Dropper goes there. Dispenser goes here. Dang it! Breaking stuff. The one I copied from XB. What did I copy from XB? Oh, I know what you're on about. You'll learn all about that in tomorrow's episode. Oh yeah, next episode is out tomorrow, by the way. It's like a bit of a mega episode to like end this little Copper Arc chapter that we've been on. Go ahead and put a torch nearby. Okay, so behind that is a hopper. This has a block there. So we've got all of those blocks in place. Not actually sure all of them really do anything right now. Just looking at how they're laid out. I think it was just done partially for aesthetics. We will have another one here. 2 blocks there. Oh, this is where I need to use this mod more. I need to keep remembering that this thing is amazing in survival. We put that there, and then we go over here and we put in a piece of redstone. That piece of redstone is going to link up with this bit here. And then we've got the stuff behind it, which involves more hoppers, dispensers, even a soul sand block, yeah. Okay, so there's going to be a hopper underneath the dispenser pointing into another dispenser. So dispenser like that, and a hopper right here. Boop. And then another piece of redstone down here. And then another block on the other side. Not sure that block's actually necessary. There's another hopper here actually. There's another hopper right there. And then now we got to do the water stream bit. Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. You're excited to see how the Scar prank unfolds. You did watch the video, right? Let's go ahead and put that back, I think. Yes, the short. That's the prank, by the way. Just so there's no confusion there, that's the prank. So you've seen it, right? Okay, soul sand. I did notice like people commenting on it as if like there's more to it or something. You think maybe they meant Scar's reaction? Oh yeah, I guess yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah. I think it's wild views aren't affected by December regarding views. A lot of us Danish YouTubers noticed a huge drop in views in our videos in December. Our view is simply don't have the time, mainly with younger viewers, that is. Mick L. Pistone. So I've been doing this for so long that I've seen views go up and down all over the place, different times a year. People talk about it a lot and have theories and think there's trends and YouTube's changed something or there's something wrong with this bit, and I just don't bother. I just get on with it, you know. It is frustrating to see views go up and down inconsistently, especially when the timing is like you just finished working on that really big video and it comes in and you think that there's something else going on that's affecting it, and it kind of sucks when you put a lot of effort into a video and you want it to do well and then it doesn't. But I've done this for so long, I've just stopped caring. It's like I really just want to focus on having fun making videos and doing what I do. And then, you know, like every episode of Hermitcraft I've done this season, I've put in a ton of effort into, and they all have different view counts, and chances are the next ones will have different view counts too, right? I just can't let it stress me out anymore. It's just boring. Like, I'm sick of YouTube sticking their, you know, 10 out of 10 numbers in your face and stuff, and I'm just kind of over it. I'm like, who knows? There's so many things it could be, and you won't actually ever know, because YouTube doesn't give you that information in that capacity, right? It's not going to tell you that it tweaked an algorithm. It's not going to tell you that it's actually because kids are going back to school or something like that. That's the biggest theory I always heard. It's like, oh, kids are going back to school. Kids are always going back to school. It never stops. There's always going to be new kids going back to school. You know what I mean? I've heard it all. To me, I'm just worn out. It's just like, let's just focus on the other part of YouTube, which is like recording and making a video and whatever it is. That's just where my head's at with that stuff now. Close the schools, says Prover. Yeah, close the schools. These kids keep going back to them. What are they, addicts? Oh, I want an education. Fiend. Education fiend, that's what they are. A bunch of education fiends. Oh, I want to get smarter. Do it yourself. Lazy. Right, let's go over here. Addicted to school, yeah. Said no one ever. By the way, I think we built the farm. I'm going to go ahead, log out of that world, and minimize that for now. Good stuff, good stuff. Get your own knowledge, says Perfection Piano. Yeah! Get your own knowledge. Stop sponging it off the schools. God. Haven't you heard of self-education? Did you tell Scar to record when he logs on next? Yeah, he recorded. I also went and had a chat with him and stuff. There's some oh my god, there's something I wanted to put in my video, but I'm not gonna say what it was until I talk to Scar about it. But maybe one day I'll tell you what it is. But there's like one other little thing that I didn't put in that video that I thought was kind of funny, but I feel like I should just run it by Scar first. But yeah, won't say what it is. Okay, so we do that. I'm just trying to make all the glass and stuff, all of this look a little bit cleaner, a bit more uniform. Let's put a light at the top. Let's brighten up our day here in this dark, dingy warehouse of ours, you know? I Love Cat says we don't need no education. You should write a song about that. Did Scar say something naughty again? No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Last week, one of my students told me he forgot to do his homework because he was watching Minecraft videos. Fair enough, let him off, you know? As long as they like and subscribe, yeah, it's fine. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Imagine that though, like, was that like a case of like, they actually thought that's an excuse? Because, man, when you're that age, you can say some dumb stuff. And that sounds pretty dumb, you know? God, imagine if you're a teacher, you got loads of stories of kids doing dumb stuff. Yo, Powerboss is here. Gifting subs, thank you, my dude. My whole notification system is completely balked today. Wait a minute, 25, dude, generosity. Powerboss, thank you so much. Oh well, peeps, come back to Twitch if you're listening and check, because you might have been gifted a sub. That's awesome, my dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, my whole thing's broken today, so I have to use the activity feed on Twitch to check, and I can see 3 things at a time. Thanks to its beautifully designed layout, so it's very easy for me to miss things. On my other screen, I could see about 10 things at a time, but it's not working today, so. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, I feel like people forget that if you're a streamer, you're like sitting here with a bunch of other stuff on your screens that show you what's happening, you know? Like, I've got buttons that control things, I've got settings up, I've got chat windows, I've got activity feeds, I've got numbers. It's like, did you even know? I'm not sure that people realize that sometimes. There's all this other stuff going on, and it's like, often it can be quite distracting. Sometimes it doesn't work. You know? Man, those sound like a lot of nerdy stuff. They are kind of not actually nerdy. I appreciate the joke. I appreciate the joke. They're not really that nerdy. They're just like information that you need, you know, while you're streaming. Right, in theory, this should work. Now, I believe you have to use a diamond shovel, and the haste shouldn't mess with this, but I don't think you can use like a netherite shovel. Maybe we just start cautiously with an iron shovel and go from there. You always thought it'd be really awkward to have to look at 4 separate stuff at once while streaming. It is, honestly. As I've gotten older, I'm not so keen on the triple monitor setup. It's too much. I think 2 makes sense. It's like you focus on one thing, and then you might have a bunch of side stuff like your music player or whatever. Another thing is that a lot of stuff is designed to be very distracting now as well. It's hard to go into an app or a program without it like trying to shove lots of different content in front of you. I kind of miss when there was less of that, because you used to seem to find your way to what you wanted to do and not have this like strange choice paralysis or like a fear of missing out or like some sort of anxiety around all this different stuff that you could watch. And now it feels like there's just like this overwhelming choice and you're not sure if you're watching the right thing or not, which is a weird thing. Remember, it used to be people would turn the telly on and watch like 1 or 2 channels, and then over time that choice went up, and now it's like on demand and just keeps going up, it feels like. By the way, I feel the pain with the Coral Nautilus. I'm making a Mounts of Mayhem drop video and spent 1.5 hours trying to get a zombie Nautilus to spawn without any luck. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, well, is that building a farm or just like playing casually? Because I think if I'm gonna, you know, my plan was to go out there and build a farm, but I'm half wondering if maybe chat to some other hermits that really want to go all in on the coral thing and maybe do something together, because it's now starting to look like it's going to be a bit of a mega project, right? And I'm not sure if that's actually the direction I want to go in. Oh, that's right. These things can go straight into there. Right, now, can I even remember how this is done? I'm pretty sure it's like this. You might need to fill up your inventory. Oh, I haven't even. I'm not even ready. I'm not even ready, people. I'm not even close to being ready right now. You learned today that an electric guitar needs a battery, says Sid Crafter. That's not true. The electric guitar doesn't need a battery to play it. You might have pickups that are active pickups that require electricity going into them. All my guitars are passive pickups, and I don't think I've played on an active pickup, but I've seen people like get really heated about it and argue that active pickups are better, and it honestly, it sounds to me like one of those splitting hairs where like if the guitar's loud and it sounds half good, I'm happy, you know, I'll play. But some people get really like hung up on technical details about how it sounds and stuff. So I don't know if you like picked out the active pickups, but for me it's like I don't need this. I don't want to have to replace, you know, open up my guitar and replace a battery in it every so often. It's like saying blue is better than red. Not quite. What I mean is like some people are like hardcore audiophiles, right? Like they don't just like music, they want to get into like the weeds of how it sounds technically. And like you can go hard on that stuff. You can go really hard on, especially if you're like a producer or a technician in a studio. Like there's a lot of depth into getting a good sound out of a guitar. But like when it comes to the average person, you know, you just want to pick up and play along or whatever. Like getting deep into that kind of stuff to me feels just a bit silly. And sometimes like I've looked into it in the past online, and like as a consumer, I don't need some technician getting upset about like how a passive pickup is slightly fuzzy or less clear than the active one or whatever. Like you end up arguing over splitting hairs, minor details that are kind of there for like the upper end stuff with producing, but for the average person playing, it's just you don't need to worry about it, right? That's kind of the impression that I got from looking into active and passive pickups, is just that I probably don't need to worry about this, you know. Xisuma, have you noticed your videos don't have any background music? Are you going to make me right? My videos don't have background music? Huh? Pretty sure my videos have background music. What are you on about? They don't have background music. Hold up. That's going up there. You're being a rebel. You're being a rebel. They do this sometimes. They just look at something in the distance. They're like, I want that. And I'm like, no, you can't have it. But that's okay. Well, it's not okay, really. I don't want to have to do this all the time. But if you put them on a lead, that should stop them. And then if you move them about a bit, it might help even more. Yep, there you go. Now you're doing your job. That's annoying. It looks at something over here. And it's probably going to be tricky to stop it from doing that. Okay, let's go grab some more glass. I'm not really sure how much of this I need. Naxton says my YouTube videos. My YouTube videos don't have background. What are you on about? Yo, why is there a gap there? It's because there's a chest, and now I can see a bit of redstone. That'll annoy me. Actually, I could possibly fix that with another deep slate stair. Okay. I don't know how many of those I need, and I logged out of that other world. I'll have to go log back in and check. Let's do that quickly now. Let's do that quickly now. Yeah, we've got lots of people following, by the way. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the follow button. Transblob Glamour, Strider11, and Alf Von Fredo. Thank you for following. I do stream on a regular basis. Probably going to stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, right? Maybe Tuesday, then Wednesday, and then after that is probably it. Okay, we need... How many water bottles is what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, that many, and then probably a few more. Oh, okay, not quite. So about 10 stacks plus should do us. Yeah, that's 10 stacks and a bit of bottles will do us. I have just realized something, and I realized it after I crafted these. Who can tell me what I just realized? Also, I came down here without... Oh my goodness me, without it. I forgot it. I am just a double idiot right now. I could have been an idiot once. I'm an idiot twice. That is just me. Something's going on in the chat. XP Crafted coming in with the raid. Dude, I didn't know you were alive. And you're on Hermitcraft, right? Thanks for the raid, my dude. How's it going, XP? I guess the peeps over in the world of XP would know all about the magical light floor. So I feel obliged to show you the one over here. I have been doing Hermitcraft stuff today. And we spent ages not getting very far with the coral farm, unfortunately. I think if I shimmy over here and place it like that, that blocks it off. So now we can't see into this room anymore. That's good. Right, as I said, I've been a double idiot. So I remember that one of them was something to do with glass bottles. So that's good. I've forgotten what the other one already is. That's probably not good. Anyway, where am I going? Wrong way. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Coral Nautilus. What did I say? Probably the wrong thing. Yeah, we're trying to make a Coral Nautilus farm. XB, would you by any chance be interested in that? Because it's currently looking like it's going to be a bit of a mega project building a perimeter type deal. And initially, I thought that you could build this farm and do it in a way that meant not a lot of effort had to be put into creating it. And now it's looking more and more as we do more research into it. Like you're going to end up building, like filling in a lot of ocean, building a perimeter possibly. I don't know. My motivation has gone down. So like I'm thinking maybe if other hermits wanted to join in. But I still haven't gotten to the bottom of it, to be fair. When carpet doesn't sound like a good time. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. People don't want to grind. I don't want to grind. That's why I was looking for the cheeky way to do it. Oh, there's like an emergency exit there. Yep, I totally understand. Especially after what you did last season. So yeah, it's sort of looking like a fair bit of a grind. And when we get carpet working, when we get our tools in order to really understand where they're actually going to spawn, then I can design a farm. Because we didn't even get that far. We got so hung up on the details that I just thought, let's come on here and do this, you know. I've given that a go. Didn't work out. That's just how it is sometimes when you try and do creative streams. I'm annoyed that I didn't remember this first. I feel like I have wasted valuable glass that could have been used for glassy things. Luckily, I don't have too much of a plan for lots of glass. Did someone else take the bottles as well? Is Tango in need of bottles? I guess Tango's probably going to end up brewing loads of potions, because Decked Out's probably going to use all... I did not expect to come over here and find no potions. There's also bones in here. And I need bone meal, so... Oh my goodness me. I have a witch farm, and I'm going to craft bottles anyway, is basically what it looks like. Ridiculous. That's redonkulously ridiculous. At least I got some. Impulse took him. Oh, that impulse. Oh, giving me loads of iron, was he? Just so he could take my glass bottles. Helping me out with villager trades. Cheap books, was it? Oh, it's all a ruse. It's all a ruse. He just wanted my bottles. Raid his storage. Now I'll just craft the rest. We're good, we're good. It's all good in the hood, homie, as they say. You think he has a mod to show you all items in the bag? Usually you'd only see 10, I think. You can just scroll through visible items to take them out. Yeah, I'm currently using a mod. So you can see more in the bundles, which technically makes them, I don't know, a little more powerful, like the utility that I get out of them. Although if you look at the order of things that are in there, the least used stuff turns up at the bottom, so very rarely do I use the golden apples or the snowball. Impulse literally only wants one thing and it's disgusting. Little green army men for Impulse. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'm not going to go... Like, when I read the comments, there's lots of comments talking about doing more pranks and shenanigans, and like, I'm not just going to go do it for the sake of it. Like, the prank was just a pure kind of like inspiration moment. I had a picture of it in my head. I'm like, let's do this. You know, this will be fun. I'm not now going to turn into Mr. Prankster or something, right? Bundles were not the inventory solution we wanted, but they're okay. That is, yes, that is very apt. On point, you know. If you do the same prank more than once, it gets less funny. That's true, yeah. Unless you, like, level it up or put a twist on it. Like, you think about stuff like the Convex in the past, like, some of their pranks were, like, thematically the same, but like, you know, so if I put a twist on it, if I do something different, it could be funny again. But yeah, if I do the exact same thing, not so funny. Right, so all of these, if I can remember, if we start just by winging it a bit, I think those ones have to be water. These ones have to be bottles, like that. Then the one here, you put in a bunch of filter items and bottles behind it, is how it works. $30 might be too many, but it's about half a stack, so it's probably just about right. Now, the next thing we have to do is fill that up and the thing behind it with bottles of water this time. So now we're talking 9 for the dispenser and then 5 more for the hopper behind it. Redstoning on stream is spicy. This isn't doing the redstone, we're just building the contraption. I did the redstone for this last season. This is my own design right here for a mud farm. I do like to do my own farms and stuff. Let's go and put these things in. And then put that there. So that in theory now has got everything that it needs to work. I can't remember if you need to fill up your inventory when you stand here. So that might catch us out. I'm pretty sure this goes in your offhand. And it's like, you hold down right click and left click. I saw a path block. And again. I think the iron pick with the beacon might be too fast. And we got a dispenser. Whoa! Oh no, I'm picking up all the water bottles. That's something we really don't want. Oh, that kind of... That's not promising at all, really. I guess, wait, did we get 6 water bottles for the 6 blocks that didn't work? So if it turns to a path block, that's a problem. So I think the haste beacon is giving us issues. Do we test this with like a wooden shovel, maybe? Maybe with a wooden shovel. Hey, we got some noises in the air. No, we don't. I explained this earlier. We literally don't have noises in the air. Oh my goodness me, this is so silly. Neff, thank you for resubscribing with the Prime. 18 months, much appreciated, my dude. We also got Rollins Jim coming in for 4 months with the Prime. And Lucas Ricky here for 2 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. And thank you for subscribing and all of that good stuff, right? Thank you for your generosity, people. It's appreciated. We shall now make a shovel. We shall, I tell thee. I'll even make 2. Noises in the air could be tinnitus. Uh-oh. Right, do this again. Right, hold shift. Was I holding shift? Yeah, you'd have to hold shift. There you go. No! I'm going to have to use a slow clicker script. That's how I'm going to have to do this. No! No! Why? I'm not sure if I clicked a little bit too fast. Okay, that time I didn't click at all. That answers the question. Mr. XB Crafted. That's an interesting suggestion. Is that a thing? Will it work with glass? That is interesting. Okay. Okay, that is interesting. Oh! Nice one! Oh, you legends! Dude, I didn't even know I could fix it. Like, oh my god, this thing. I remember it causing me grief in the past. I don't know how much grief, but no more. No more. Thank you, XB. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let's drink to your name, good sir. To your... That wasn't what I was trying to do, I swear. Oh, and I accidentally made a mod block because I was holding a water bowl. Just brilliant. I forgot that I had these in my offhand. Also, did it give me more dirt? Oh, don't tell me it's giving me more dirt than I need. A sign, a fence post, a shelf. Yeah, it did cross my mind like something a little less invasive, but also the glass block just kind of gives you, you know, you're not gonna accidentally stand in the wrong space, but I think you're right. I think aesthetically that doesn't cut it. Unless I add glass across the whole of the front, then I'll probably like it. I like doing that with glass. I like shoving it into a big box so all the like edges line up and stuff. I don't know why, but that is more appealing to me. And you just come over here, you're in the right spot, place the blocks, and it's all good, apparently. Right, we need to test a couple more things then. We need to look at how much we're being given, dispensed, etc. And then we need to check that, put those in there. It's back to 30, so that's good. Check this one. Full, the one behind it. Okay, so somehow I ended up with like 1 extra glass bottle. I'm not sure. Not sure the how, the where, the when, and the why. Okay, so let's go back to the iron shovel and then just hold down right click and left. There is a possibility with the timing that you could mine this too fast. I'm not sure if that's true or not. That's some very fast mining. I have 21 blocks on me. Oh, there you go, look. That's promising. Okay, 21. You can AFK without a clicker from this situation, by the way. You can do the whole reload and then walk away, I think. Actually, I'm not sure, because I'm sure there's like a scenario in which you do the reload resource pack and you have to like rebind a click to a key or something, but maybe not. So it might be possible. But that is solid. Solid performance. Solid performance with the iron shovel. We're happy. We're liking it. We'll go put these things in here for now. I don't need a lot of this stuff, by the way. So just getting a farm to do a little bit is super good. And this will provide me for a while. Provide me with what I need. Okay, what else do I need? This shovel now. So we'll take the fastest thing we got. And see what happens this time. Yeah, immediately breaks. Pff, fair enough. Fair enough. I think I'm good with the iron speed. Okay. So we lost a bottle. And that's full. Whoops. Alright, that, my friends, is a dirt farm. Yeah, there it is. Right. I don't need to do anything else for this. It's done, isn't it? It's absolutely done. Linklaw says, utilising my ability to wear headphones at work for the stream. Lol. Enjoy, enjoy. You heard dirt farm. I think I said dirt farm. A mud maker. Yeah, that's the point. I'm saying dirt farm. It's a mud farm. What am I on about? Multitasking. I've had enough of it. One thing at a time, please. So all of this stuff can go away. If I can figure out where it goes. Lights over there. Kind of helps to like look at your inventory and then be like, ah, all of this stuff, this doesn't go anywhere. You know? And then put it into a junk chest for sorting. Sorting out later. I've got another junk chest right here. And the shovel has a home and the chest has a home. How do I get help installing the Hermitcraft mod pack? That's a great question. If you don't know what you're doing, I'm not sure where to start advising you. But, you know, if you've got the ModRinth platform, they don't make it difficult. They don't make it difficult to install a mod pack. So, like, if you look around on the app, it should be pretty easy to navigate to it. And then there should be some sort of install button. But I don't know if you're, like, a step above that or not. Can I do a YouTube tutorial? No, that's not the sort of thing I do. Reason being, things like that, like installing a mod pack should be really easy. And if you're not able to do it, there's a high chance that you're like a computer novice. And at that point, like there's concepts there that might be really difficult. I don't know, like it's like trying to explain to your gran like how to install, like if you tried to get gran to install mod pack on her Windows computer and she couldn't do it, you'd understand, right? Like old people have grown up without computers, they struggle to acclimatize to them. I'm not saying you're old, I'm just saying there's like a degree. And like when you ask how do I install a mod pack, that to me suggests like you're further in the area where like you might not know what the control panel is on Windows and things like that. So it's you think it's less installing and more optimizing. Asking how to optimize the pack is a very different question from how to install it. Installing it, you know? I'm 30 and I've never touched a computer before, only phones and gaming systems. I was just about to say, like, you're on a computer right now if you're sending a Twitch message. Gaming computers and phones are computers, but I know what you mean. It's more like I haven't used Windows, I haven't used Linux, I haven't used traditional personal computer platform. You've already installed it, it's just optimal. Why would you ask how to install it if you've already installed it then? It's just optimizing it to where I can use all the mods properly. That's a very open-ended question. Like, the setup is already just done to be like Hermitcraft as best we can. Is anyone else with me on this? Sometimes I feel like I'm not sure if I could do better or not, but it's like some of these questions aren't like really things to ask on a live stream. You feel like you're not explaining this right. There's a good chance you're not, because saying, how do I optimize something is kind of open-ended, unless you're talking about something that has a clear optimization path, you know. Like, sometimes you can ask a question that's relative to something that's happening, and then it's like, oh, I know what you mean, but, like, it's very open-ended. Minimum levels or required knowledge before asking for help. Yes, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. There's levels. So, like, so when you say, like, how do I install a mod pack, that makes me think, oh, you might not have had a lot of experience using computers, because one thing you could do is just go to Google and type that in and get an answer, right? So if you're not at the, like, type it into Google level, then I'm probably not going to be of any help to you. Hey, Provis says my ears were tuned out to them. What are we discussing? We're just getting a question about, like, how to install a mod pack, and I just want to say it's like some questions are just difficult to answer, even though they sound simple, because it suggests that the person you're going to explain the thing to doesn't have that kind of level. You know, like, how do I turn my computer on? What does that question mean? Like, where's the power button? Or, like, you're having hardware issues? It used to run, it's now not? Did you buy a brand new computer and press on and nothing happened? Did you plug it in the wall? Like, use a banana. Yeah, use a banana. I Live Cat says, as someone who worked in IT a few years ago, the most important thing is to understand what the question is, since the answer is probably short. Yeah, that's it. And I don't know what they mean by installing it, but not installing it and want to optimize it. And then they don't know how to tell me what they mean. So, like, I don't think we're going to be able to answer this one today. Depress Sean has got it really well said here. Explaining to someone who has computer knowledge and someone who doesn't is different. You explain it to a gamer as a download Mobrinth and install the mod pack. Someone with none, you don't even know where to start. That's it. Like, I wouldn't know where to start if you don't know how to download Mobrinth and click a mod pack. It's like, that suggests there's a lot you don't understand about this. So anyway, we'll wrap up right here. I think I made the point pretty clear. I will stream again tomorrow, maybe similar time of day, people. I am going to go now. I'm going to do some exercise. I'm going to cook some food. I'm not going to cook, really. I'm going to make a salad. So I'm going to chop some food and throw it in a bowl, and then I'm going to consume it. And it's going to nourish my body and give me energy and nutrients, vitamins and other things. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. It didn't turn out quite how I'd like. I'm not sure if we're going to do more of that tomorrow or not. Really good timing. Wells is about to start streaming, so kind of perfect, right? I'll send you over to Wells, who's designing a moss farm. Interesting. I designed a moss/bone meal farm the other day. It'd be interesting to see what Wells does. I might be able to get back in time to catch a bit of his stream. But yeah, I'll send you over to Wells so your Hermitcraft action can continue. And hope you enjoyed this silly mess of a stream. But yeah, see you again tomorrow, people. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.